Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday's training. I hope that everyone had a wonderful Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in, Enchanted Snappers, or anybody else that's willing to watch. Today we're going to go over parties, different ways to party. So bear with me. I have a couple of different things kind of scattered everywhere, but we're going to get started in just a minute. I'm going to see if some of our team members will pop on. It doesn't let me tag people anymore. Ever since Facebook's new update, I haven't figured it out yet. I kind of need to just mess around with the settings and just go live and then delete it and see if I can figure it out. But we'll get started in a minute. If you have any questions, be sure to comment them in the comments, or you can private message me. If you're here, put hashtag here, or catch me on the replay, hashtag replay. But let's get started. So there's several ways to party. There's bag parties, which kind of consist of different types of parties. You can do a simple party like this, where you can get this from our consultant store, and you can throw a couple samples, some testers, catalog, the scent of the month flyer in there, and that's considered one way to party and called a bag party. Or there's another form of bag party where you can get these like see-through bags or any kind of bag that you want to use. I normally use the see-through ones off Amazon, or I use this one from our consultant store. And for the see-through Amazon bags, what I normally do is I put in one huge bottle of our cleaning stuff. I throw in a whole bunch of samples of our laundry cleaning, wax samples. I put catalogs, testers, order forms, join information, all in this bag, including like a buddy clip. And I think I throw in one other thing, but I can't, it's kind of spacing me right now. But these bag parties you will give to your host for however long they decide to have their party. It could be a week, it could be 5 days, it could be 2 days, it could be 2 weeks. It's kind of up to you. I normally try to cut my party as soon as possible. I only like to have my bag parties out for maybe max 2 weeks, but normally I like to do a week, just so that way they know the urgency of, we want to collect those orders, we want to get the products in people's hands so they could try them and see them. I mean, when you see all those cute little things through the see-through bags, they're like, oh, that's cool, what is that? And then that's a conversation piece. So those are kind of different bag parties. There's also, some people don't like to call these bag parties. They'll call them pouch parties, or you can even go cheap. You guys, there's a cool new way to do bag/pouch parties. You can go get, one of those pencil, they're literally are like this. It's called a pencil bag, and they have a little zipper, and you pop them in there with all your pencils and stuff. Those will fit 5 testers, a couple samples, catalogs, join information, and order forms in your business cards. Always make sure your stuff's labeled with your name, your information, because you don't want anything to go in someone's hands and then not have your information on it so they can get a hold of you. But that's a cheap way to party. So those are all different types of bag parties. Now there's home parties, there's texting parties, which I'm going to kind of get into a little bit of each party in a minute. There's personal shopping link parties. So basically what a personal shopping link is, a lot of people get turned off. Hi Brittany, thanks for popping on. Some people get turned off by the word party. It's hard to get people to party, especially now because of all COVID and everything. It's getting a little bit better, but nobody likes the word party. So if you say host a personal shopping link, basically all that is you're making a party link. You'd go to your personal website, or not your personal website, you'd go to Workstation, you'd fill out a party, put it in their name, and get their party link. Don't name it party something. Do like Tiffany's personal shopping link or whatever. But basically, you would give them that link, and that's their personal shopping link. And what they're wanting to do is they're going to try to collect orders to get a qualifying party, so that way they can get all their goodies for free. So that link you can give them, and they can share it 1,000,000 times with all their friends and family and collect orders that way. So that's another way to party. There's also Facebook parties. Now there's different types of ways to Facebook party. There's the normal, where you make an event on Facebook and you go a week, couple days, and you just post facts and pictures, give them a little information about you as a consultant. Always make sure everyone knows your why. Why did you join Scentsy? Remember what I said about making that why flyer? You don't have to be fancy like me. You can just type it out for them, but they need to know why you joined Scentsy. Did you join Scentsy just for a hobby? Did you join for extra income? Were you tired of being in debt? You want to be debt free? They need to know that. But those are different ways to party. I don't care to do Facebook parties anymore just because everybody kind of doesn't like to do that. It's hard to get people engaged, but that doesn't mean don't try, because what doesn't work for me might work for you. A newer form of Facebook parties is where you go and have a party event. You'll make a party event page just like you normally would for a normal Facebook party, but you only go in that party and have a 30-minute live. And you're going to have a setup kind of... What's up? Hold on, guys. What's up? Not right now, okay? Later. Mommy's on a business thing. Thank you. Sorry. Little one's family. So anyways, so this new Facebook party is 30 minutes live, and you'll basically have a setup kind of like mine. So each little box, or if you don't have like a shelving unit, just put everything on a regular table. I used to do that. I didn't have a cool setup like this. Put everything out. You want to try to have one item of each product that we have. So one warmer, one diffuser, one wall fan, a fragrance flower, etc., etc., pet, body, whatever you can. A lot of this you have in your starter kit, so you shouldn't have to be putting out money to show these products. But what you'll do is in that party is you'll go 30 minutes explaining what each product is, do a little fun game. There's different games you can do. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. You could do a guessing game, or how many charms are in this warmer, or something like that. There's a new one that I really love, and you can't really do it on Facebook parties. It's more home parties. Have you ever heard of that Saran wrap game? That is amazing in the Scentsy world. People will take wax bars, room sprays, scent circles, candy, other little extras, wrap them up in a ball, and so when they're having their home parties, they'll use that as their game. It's really fun and a lot of interaction on that. But those are Facebook parties and 30-minute live parties. There are two different kind of ways to do Facebook parties. So if you want any more information on that, you can let me know. They're pretty simple. I like the 30-minute live parties because people love to see things. This catches your attention. Not me talking, but all of this behind. They're like, oh, what is that? What is that over there? There's something hanging up there. What is that? That catches people's attention. And that's what's going to get you a sell. It's what's going to get you interaction. And so that's what you need. I love lives. I know a lot of people get nervous. I still get nervous. I get nervous going live for you guys. But you have to go live. You have to try. You have to put that effort in. Every time you go live, it's another opportunity for someone to see you rocking your business and either wanting to join your team or wanting to support you. So I recommend doing it. I know it's hard. If you have to practice with me, we can go live in our group. I have no problem doing that. My director, Heather, used to do this for us newbies, where anybody that had issues kind of being like stage fright or anything like that, we would just do random lives in our group just to practice. If you need to do that, that is perfectly fine. Message me, we'll get together and we'll set something up. That way you can practice. Or if you're local, we can even get together and talk about it. I was thinking about trying to do a local team meeting, so that way we can do kind of hands-on things, maybe even have like a huge sample making party and just make samples all day long. Kind of depends on who wants to do it and who's available, but yeah. Can I have a sip of water? Water, please. Thank you. Kids. So this is mommy life. This is what you need to show in your business. Kids are going to get in the way. Your spouses, your dogs. Like, be real when you're on your Facebook page, on your Instagram page, all your social media. Include your family, even include your pets. I mean, I just did a video the other day of giving my dog a bath and showing like the results of the pet products. Literally, it's the only stuff that is great on my dog's skin, because I used to have to pay a fortune for the veterinarian stuff, and I'm not for that. But I kind of got off a little tangent right there, but that's Facebook parties, 30-minute parties. The goal when you're doing a party is to always share the opportunity. Always try to flip that party and do an earn a kit. See if that person wants to turn that party into their launch party. So yes, of course, you're not going to get the sales and the money from that party because it's going to go to their launch party. But if you can get that new team member on your team and flip it and they join you and then they start making money, that's also going to make you money as well. We're a big family. We work together. That's how things work. But always try to share the opportunity, because you never know who's wanting an extra income or just kind of wanting to do something to stay busy. Like I said, when I joined, I basically just did it because I was like, man, I'm so bored at home all the time. I'm disabled. I'm a mom. Ethan at the time, he was like, I want to say probably 3 or 4. So I'm like, man, what do I do, you know? So you never know. Always present the opportunity. Every month, you should always be having a party in your name. I know I've said this a million times and I'll keep saying it. To build stock, this is how you're going to do it. Keep a party in your name. Make it kind of fun. Don't always make the party sound like it's a party, or, you know, just be cool with it. Brittany, you did the whole hello fall, goodbye summer one. That's a cool creative name. You want to be creative with your names, but always have a party in your name every month. If you want to have more than one, go ahead. Do it. The more rewards you could get, the better. Because one, you're getting the free stuff for your stock to either build up for shows, events, or if you want to even, you can resell these, guys. I have this one and you would not believe how many times I've been asked to sell this one, but I love Star Wars and Disney, so, like, Prime pretty much love everything Disney, so I'm not selling that thing. But if you needed to, if you needed the money, you could. You have to sell it for the same price as what you bought it for. That is just law. That's rule of Scentsy, but you can do that. You can build stock. That's how I do it. The month is off. Oh, that's a cute name. See, those are creative names that you want for your parties. I am really bad at being creative when it comes to names. I'm trying to, like, branch out more, but that's kind of my downfall. But I'm working on it. Good job, though. I'm proud of you. Let's see. We have that whole booking party blitz going on right now where you want to book as many parties as you can. Like I said before, you kind of want to do 5 in a month if you can. If you can do more, do more. Don't push yourself if you can't. And don't be afraid if you don't hit your goal of 5, at least you're trying. That's the main part. But with that whole booking thing that we have going on, if your host has a qualifying party of $350, they automatically get a free warmer. That right there should sell people. Everybody likes to hear free, 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 free. I don't know how many times a day I get asked, well, is there free shipping? Do you have a party open? Or can I have a free sample? Everybody likes things free. Nobody likes to pay for shipping, for one. So try when you're doing those parties, get all your local orders together, put it on a party, have it shipped to you, and then you can divvy out it. You can go drive. When you drive, report your mileage, record that down. That's for tax time. You can go deliver those local orders. If they do happen to be out of state, now, I normally don't suggest doing this if you're new, but if you really know the person and you're really close to them, you can kind of eat that shipping charge. It's like anywhere between $8 to $11. I don't suggest doing it if you're new, though, because a lot of people can't afford it. But you can eat that shipping charge yourself and put it on your party so you get the qualifying order, but they also get free shipping. Just kind of depends on where you're at and location. We talked about that. So you want to try to keep your party open for as long as possible to collect as much rewards as possible. I try not to go too long, but I've had some parties go up to 90 days. I think that is the cutoff where you can't have a party open for more than 90 days. But the longer you have it open, the more rewards you can get and the more stock you can build up. So kind of just depends on how long you want to keep your party open or how long your host wants to keep it open. But when you have a host that's not you, you really want to kind of enforce and let them know, the sooner we get these orders in, the sooner you get your favorite items that you have on your wish list. So kind of reiterate that to your client. You have to create relationships with people so they can see that you care. Every day you should, if you're on social media, you should be interacting with people, whether that's liking things, commenting on their posts. The more you interact with people and show that you care, even to your clients, when they give you an order, you should be writing a hand thank you note, explaining, hey, thanks for buying this warmer. I hope that it fits your household. How's your husband doing? How's your children doing if they were sick? Make that personal connection, because when you do, that person sees that you care for them and they're going to come back to you instead of just going to any other consultant. There are millions of consultants, guys, out there. What makes you different from other consultants? You have to stand out. That comes back to the whole branding yourself. Brand yourself. People know me by Turtle Bay Aromas and Decor. They know I love turtles. They know I love home decor and fragrance. That's what you need to focus on. What do you want people to know you by? You can be simple. You don't have to overdo things. You don't have to complicate things. Even when it comes to like doing your samples, don't go all expensive. Don't go out of budget. Do what you have to do that fits your life and fits your budget. When it comes to parties, I really suggest host coaching. Now, what I mean by host coaching is whoever your host is, you need to coach them. You need to explain how your party's going to go down, whether it's a bag party, Facebook party, home party, or doing events. Events is kind of considered a party too. You need to go over how the party's going to go, what's their job. They need to reach out to people, tag people, because you want your host to be able to get everything they want on that wish list. Well, if they want everything on that wish list, they have to work for it. You're already doing majority of the work, but they need to reach out to those people. They have to reach out to their family, their friends, somebody on Facebook, anybody. So if they want those rewards, they need to be coached well. If you're looking for material on how to do host coaching, it's a tongue twister, there's plenty of material all over the internet. There's Workstation. I think there's some files here in our group page, but I can also add some more. There's some on Heather's team page. If you're not a part of my director's team page, the Midnight Scarlets, go ahead and let me know and I'll tag you and I'll put you on her group. But there's thousands of information for you guys to get host coaching. And you can even use like other people's host coaching. If you find that that works for you, that's perfectly a-okay. Everybody works differently. When it comes to having all your information on everything, all your pamphlets, on all your samples, a new form that a lot of people are starting to do is QR codes. You guys, oh my goodness. Since I switched over to doing QR codes, they have helped my business a lot, because a lot of people, they just take their phones out, they snag a picture of it, boom, there's to my website, fast and easy. Or I even have one, I wish I would have took it out. I have one for just my club where they literally take a picture of it and it sends them straight to my club with all their information. It's really easy to do QR codes. You can do them on Avery. If you don't know what Avery is, Google it. It's a great site. It's kind of like Canva, but it has more to do with like printing and labels, and that's perfect for making labels is Avery. Avery and Canva is my jam. That's where I go make things. You don't have to go expensive. You can go, if you don't have a printer, go to Staples or your local library and print things. Use regular pieces of paper and do it by hand. I had to do it by hand when I first started. I didn't have money to go out and buy extra baggies or buy stickers. You just got to kind of work with what you got. But if you can do the QR codes, that's perfect. If you need kind of help creating one or don't know where to start, I definitely recommend going to Canva. And if you go to Canva, they have a little button where you can push flyers, click flyers, and if you like swipe to the left, it's kind of different between a computer and a phone. I'm kind of talking about the phone aspect. But if you swipe to the left, there's a little spot that says QR code, and you can literally take whatever link you want, your club link, your Scentsy website link, or maybe your social media link. I like to put everything on linktree.com. If you don't know what that is, it's a great thing to have. It's totally free unless you want to do like the pro status of it. But literally Linktree is just a whole site that like has all of your professional links. I have, I have my business page, my Instagram, my Facebook page. I have my PWS. I have my club on there. It literally has all my links on one link. So they can just click that one link. It'll take them to my Linktree site. And then there's little spots that say like club, special limited edition, and they can just click it and boom, they're straight there. It's a great tool to have. So a lot of people were asking me questions when it came to mailing. You don't have to go expensive. Like when it comes to if you need to mail out one of these bag parties to someone that's across state or in a different town. If they're in a different town, I really suggest kind of just meeting up or driving to their house. But if they're out of state, like I've had to ship some, get the priority mailers. Literally flat rate. Doesn't matter. As long as it fits in that envelope, you're good to go. So for like anything that has to do with mailing with bag parties, I'll just do a simple, I won't do something this big. Because one, it's going to cost a lot. Even in those flat rate shipping rates, Yeah, they say if you can fit it, they'll ship it for that price, but still some places are kind of iffy on that. What I would do for that if I had to mail a bag party is I would go the cheap way. I would get the pencil bag I was talking about from the dollar store, and I'd put a couple testers in there, my business cards, obviously, because you got to have your business cards. I'd have order forms, catalogs, and some samples, and maybe some glitter. And what I mean by samples, I'm not just talking wax, guys. You need to get those products in people's hands. They want to try the pet stuff. They want to try the laundry stuff. They want to try all sorts of things that Scentsy has to offer. So we have pre-made samples in Workstation. You can use those, or you can make your own. I think it's fun to make your own. Not only do you get to have fun and be creative, but like people see that you took time to do those, and they like that. They want to know that you're spending time on them. So that's why I kind of like to make samples. Sorry, I'm taping up my other set of notes. Does anybody have questions on baggies so far? I know it's pretty much just you right now, Brittany, online, but do you have any questions? I know you said when we were messaging you had like 5 to 6 questions. I'd be happy to answer those. But always tell your host, too, when you're doing parties, don't shoot for the bare minimum. Tell them, yeah, you need the bare minimum to get host rewards and everything because they want those half-offs and free products. I mean, who doesn't? But try to shoot for a higher number. Try and tell your client, let's shoot for a $500 party, because the more that they get you, the more they get in return. And who doesn't want more things for free or half off? I literally hosted a party, I think a month ago, and I got like $300 something worth of free Scentsy stuff, and then I had 2 half-offs or 3 half-offs. Like, everybody loves to get things at a discounted price. So definitely try to push for those. I'm kind of going to talk a lot right now about texting parties, because I had people ask me like 2 days ago, well, what's a texting party? There is so many different ways to do texting parties, and they're kind of fun. They're simple. They're not as complicated as you think. You always want to keep it simple. You don't want to go over dramatic with it. So I am going to post in our team files a whole bunch of different ways and different scripts. So literally, you don't have to do the work for this. You could just go on our team page and look at some scripts, send it to your client, and boom, you're done. I even have the flyers that say, hey, I'm having a texting party. This is how texting parties are ran. Those are going to be uploaded to our team, so you can take a look at those. But an example of a texting party is like this. So I would text my host saying, hey girl, I have this super easy way for you to earn Scentsy. All you have to do is text your friends. If you can collect 10 orders of 6-pack bars, of 6 wax bars, you're going to get a 6-pack of wax bars and a warmer half price. So they'll get the free wax bars and then a warmer half price. And several little gifts from me to say thank you. It's easy peasy. I'll give you a quick text and you can send to all your friends and family. What do you think? That's who I would send to somebody who would be interested in a texting party. So after I posted my texting party flyer on Facebook and someone said, hey, me, that's what I would send them. Now, obviously, you want to make this sound like you. So if you're not someone that says easy peasy or anything like that, you definitely don't want to say it. Make it, tweak it to like where it sounds like you, where it's coming from you. If you're a country person, throw in some country things. If you're more like straightforward, just be you. Now, just because you do the 10 orders, you ask for the 10 orders, does not mean your client cannot collect more. If your client ends up collecting all of those orders and some of the people want to do other things instead of just wax bars, that's fine. Collect them. Get them. You want as many orders as you can. That was just kind of a script and a bare minimum to hook someone into partying and not really knowing it and realizing it's super easy to party. And that way, sorry, I was reading a question. That way, you can get those parties scheduled and they can get all of what they're wanting. Their friends can get what they're wanting and get it hopefully for free shipping if they're local. So you want to have your host, if they're local, you want them to collect all those orders. You need your host to know the name of the person, full and last, their address, and the way they want to pay. And then they let you know who that is, what they want, their address, all that information, And then you as the consultant are going to contact that person. So you also need to make sure you have some sort of contact, either number or email for that person. You don't want your host to have to collect payment. That's not what you want in this circumstance. My biggest question right now is game ideas for my booth on Saturday and good ways to package samples like the dog shampoo and body. Okay, I'll get to that in just a minute. Let me finish texting parties and I'll get back to your question. Let's see. So when you get these parties booked through texting parties, like I said, I'm going to have different ways and different rebuttals posted in our team page of, like, say someone has questions, I have different rebuttals for that, or if they say no, or if they're wanting more information and details, that's all going to be posted on our team page once I'm done with this live. So once you get someone to host a party for you, again, this is all going to be posted, so if you don't know what to say, don't even worry about it, because it's all going to be posted. Like I said, all you have to really do is just copy and paste and try to get someone to host a texting party. It's super simple. But once you get someone hooked, you're going to say, you should send them a script and say that you want at least to book 10 people, if not more, when you do a texting party. It's likely that not everybody is going to message that person back. So if they text 10 people, they might not always respond. So it's better to text more than 10 people if they can. We already went over the whole, we want to collect the local orders and have the local orders as much as possible written down, so that way you as the consultant can reach out. You really don't want your host to have to be like, hey, I got your order, this is how much it is. You never want your host to be like, this is your dollar amount, because they could be wrong. They could not have figured in shipping or tax, if there is shipping, if they're not local. So always make sure your host knows to give you the information, so that way you yourself can contact them. Because when you're contacting that new person, that's a new person. That could be a new join recruit. That could be a new client for you potentially. So always make sure that you're contacting the person. Which I have a little script that you can send right after to them, after they're like, yeah, I would love to. And then boom, you just kind of copy and paste the script and then go from there. Now, I normally tell the host I only run my texting parties for 5 days. Why 5 days? Because you want to close that party as soon as possible. Once you let it go any longer than 5 days, people get bored, they forget, and then they don't want to spend. So they lose their host rewards, because then their party kind of starts to flop. So the sooner they get this done, the better. So you always kind of want to have a timeline and when it comes to doing parties, even if it's not texting parties. Regular parties, you want to have a deadline, so that way people know, oh, I better hurry and get that in before she closes her party, because I want to try to get either free shipping or a free something, Everybody likes free stuff. Another thing I do is, if I have someone that accepts a texting party for me and they're texting all their friends, and one of their friends is like, oh, this is so cool, I'd love to host a texting party myself. If you end up getting a referral from that person, I myself always send that person an extra gift. I don't make it a $2, $3 gift like a scent circle. I actually give them a good gift. I give them like a room spray, a cleaning product, a laundry or pet. Just kind of depends on the person. If I know that they have pets, I'm definitely sending them a pet one. Or a couple wax bars, like the 3 for $17. But I always let them know that if they do get referrals, they do get extra prizes from me. And a lot of people like that. I always do referrals, period. If one of my clients has a friend that wants to host a party with me, or sends me another one of their friends and they end up ordering for me, I always send them a little gift. We kind of already went over, when you're following up with everyone, you want to be personal. Again, you always want to be personal with your clients, so that way they know that you care, and you know kind of where to go from there, and they know who you are as a person. You always want to make it easy for your host. Their host's job is super easy, guys. It really is. I mean, we have all the scripts. I'm going to post them later today. What you say to someone and what they say to their friends. So there's no, someone has to think about what they're going to say and being scared. It's literally all the work is done for you. It's just copying and pasting basically. The biggest thing is if they really want those host rewards, they're really going to reach out to a lot of their friends and family so they can collect those orders and get everything on their wish list. But that's pretty much everything for parties and different ways to party. I can go into more details one-on-one, or we can just do a video strictly on Facebook Live parties, how to do those, or how to do bag parties, how to put them together. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I can do that. Just let me know. But let me get to your question, Brittany. Games for like doing at events. So I didn't really do games at events because they're kind of hard because you have people just interacting all the time, moving. Sometimes they don't even come back. What I do when it comes to events is I do a raffle box. So I will have a basket of different Scentsy goodies, or maybe I'll just have a warmer. I think I did a raffle at my last event, and it was I keep pointing to this one, but it was actually the child warmer. I raffled that off. So you can get little raffle ticket slips from Workstation, or you can, make your own, or even just have someone put their name and number on a slip and put it in a basket, and then at the end of your event, raffle it off. They do not have to be there for the raffle at the end. You can ship that prize to them. You can deliver it by, car, or however you want to deliver it, walking, biking, whatever. But that's kind of what I do when it comes to events, because you really can't do a game an event because everybody, like I said, is constantly moving. Some people don't even come back. But when you do raffles, you need to make sure you're collecting that information, because that's what I like about raffles. When you're collecting that information, you're getting their name, their number, their email. You don't need to get their address, but you definitely need to get their name, number, and email, and possibly phone number if they'll put it, because that's how you're going to contact them for the winner if that person wins, or just contact them in general and be like, hey, thanks for stopping by my booth on this day at this time. I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate your support. Here's a free scent circle, or here's a new catalog. Thought you might want a new catalog or a new sample. I always try to have a huge sample basket too, just on my table to the side of just random different samples and little baggies like I do, like I made for that Peach Festival event that I showed you guys, and have those available, because when they come by your booth, they're wanting to look. They're wanting to see what they can get their hands on and take home and free and try. Like I said, everyone loves free things. It comes back to that. A lot of people are cheap. I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's true. I'm cheap myself. I don't like to spend a lot of money, so I will try to get every deal possible out there. So samples is where it's at. Raffles is where it's at. Now, what would you do for dog samples or bath gel or body spray? Would you do me a favor? Can you go in there, and there's a bag of the counter cleaner samples. Can you grab them for me? 1 second. It's literally like right against the wall. Thank you. So for anything that has to do with like shampoos, or bath gels, I don't make my own samples when it comes to the pet stuff, just because I know we have them on Workstation, and I'm like, you know what? Might as well just buy those because they're prepackaged. They're flat, so I can even mail those for cheaper. But if you really wanted to just make samples out of like the bottle like this, like say you have a bottle of the dog stuff and you want to make samples, you can order little bottles. Like this is a spray bottle, so it's not like really good representation to use for the shampoo, but you can get little things from the dollar store. They have little containers you can buy. Just anything that's not gonna spill. You always, when you buy little containers, like little boxes or little squeegee bottles, always make sure to put them in a little baggie to be safe, because they could leak out, especially if you're mailing them. If you're not mailing them, don't really worry about it. But you can get bottles from the Dollar Tree. You can get things from Amazon. I got these. So this is counter cleaner. It's a little smaller than I normally do. Let me take it apart so you can see it. So I buy a whole big baggie of these off Amazon, and they come in different sizes. Big ones, little ones, you name it. They have even fat ones. So like for the dog samples, the bigger, fatter ones would be better. But I like to use these tiny ones when it comes to our cleaning products because they don't need a lot to realize this stuff works and it smells good. So I get a big pack of these off Amazon. So you just take the top off and like spray it. So this is our counter cleaner. And then for any of our like Scentsy fresh spray ones, I get the longer one. So it's like this much longer. And yeah, it's pretty much how I do my samples. Body spray, same thing. Room sprays and body sprays. So this is perfect size. So you could take your fragrance mist and just pour it in there. Just a little bit. They don't need a lot. You don't have to fill it up completely. You can fill it up halfway. That's good to go. You just get a label. You can make your own labels. You can get labels. I know I just ripped this one. You can get cute little labels off of that all sample group on Facebook that makes them all the time. They look kind of like this. Let's see if, I don't think it's going to focus because of the ring light. But it gives like the scent description, the name, the warnings, like don't eat it. You know, you definitely need to always make sure that it's labeled because I've had a couple clients where I've sent like the wax testers, you know, the circle ones we get, and their husband literally used it as lip balm. And it's happened so many times. So make sure you're labeling like what it is, what it's for. Do not eat me. That's important, especially with kids, especially if you send little candies in your little baggies. Make sure somewhere on there it says do not eat it. But you can print those labels off on Workstation, off of Facebook, or not Workstation, mainly just Facebook. Facebook's where it's at with the labels, or you can just make your own. When I first started, I would just get those little stickers that came in my kit, the little Scentsy stickers, and I would handwrite what it was, and I just sticker it on there. You can do that. Any way you can do it, you can go cheap. You don't need to go expensive when you do it. Hopefully that answered your question and gave you some advice when it comes to games. Like I said, you really don't kind of want to do games at an event. It kind of depends on the event too. What kind of event is it? I will add you to that Facebook group. No problem. I will send you an invite tonight. When you do it, when you add it though, please make sure that you answer all the questions or they just will not accept your invite. It's so weird that they work that way, but it's just their rules. Farmer's market. Okay. Yeah, so definitely for farmer's market, I would definitely just do raffles. If it was more of a closed event and it was just like something, I've done some events where it's like a whole group of different consultants get together of like paparazzi, Tupperware, things like that, and we did something just in like a local parking lot or something like that. Then I would say maybe a game would be a good way to go. You can do like the Saran wrap game, like I said, for home parties, but mainly like farmers market, big events like the fairs. Not a lot of people have time to do games. One game you can do is, you know, some people have those big wheel, the spinny wheels. You can make one of those and put, if you land on this, you'll get a free scent circle or free shipping or free mini warmer, free mini fan. Go small. You don't have to go mini warmer or full-size warmer. Go small. Go wall fan, mini fan diffuser. But that's a game I guess you could do kind of like at a farmer's market or like a fair. But yeah, I mainly stick with the raffle just because the raffle is more beneficial to you. Yes, you're giving away something, but at the same time, you're getting so many different contact information. That's what you want from those events that you do. When you're at events, it's not really that you want to collect a lot of money and orders. I mean, obviously, yes, you do. But at the same time, it's more you want that contact information. Because say you're doing an event. What's up? I'm almost done, okay. You're going to fly it? Okay. Just making paper airplanes. Kind of just lost my train of thought. Oh, goodness, kids. I totally lost my train of thought.
Events, farmers market.
Yeah, mainly when you're doing farmers markets and events and stuff, you just really want to get that raffle going because you get all the contact information. But I hope that answered your question. Do you have any more questions? Hopefully some other team members will pop on. I know a lot of people couldn't attend today, but it happens. They can catch me on the replay. But I hope your event goes good. I'm excited for you. I'll wait and see if you have any more questions. My thing is so slow when it comes to interacting with you guys. I have no idea why it's so slow. It's irritating. But that's parties. So if we don't have any more questions, I think that we're going to conclude it at that. I was thinking of doing a whole video on how to make different samples, so that would probably be a good video for you to watch, Brittany, so that way you can see the different ways of how to make samples. I don't just go over wax samples and felt samples, and there's a big difference. I only do like full-size wax samples. Let me see if I have one in here. I do, haha. So I don't really like to do these full actual size wax samples. You see, that's actual wax. It's not a felt sample. I only do these during our winter time because come summer, things melt. So felt samples are literally life for me. I love to do felt samples because they're easier to mail too. They're cheaper because the flatter things are, the cheaper things are. But I'd like to do wax samples too when it comes to winter because some people like a bigger sample and they like the cute little characters you can do them out of. You can get cheap molds from the dollar store or Michael's, what is it, Hobby Lobby now is in town. Woohoo! I love Hobby Lobby. But let's see. Yeah, I will definitely do a video on how to do them in different ones. I'll do like laundry, different types of laundry, cleaning, room sprays. Let me go over room sprays real quick because room sprays, when I did them first, were really complicated and hard. You need a special tool to open up the room sprays because, you know, I don't know what kind of material they are, but they're really hard. You almost have to get pipe cutters. Literally, I had to go to Home Depot to get these so I could do samples because it was the only way to open these suckers. I tried a hammer, I tried a knife, like it was a nightmare. But someone told me on another group, pipe cutters. So like PVC pipe cutters, you'll cut the tops of them off and then you can kind of syringe them out and put them into little spray bottles like I showed you. But those were a nightmare to do because you have to be careful with some of our products, like our room sprays and the oils of the fragrance flowers are really oily and can stain. So you really have to be careful. That's why they really say when it comes to the fragrance flowers, you never want to put them by anything like a computer, TV. Make them really close to like the shelving and everything because they can ruin it, sadly. So that's something I tell my clients too. But be careful when you're making room spray samples. But hopefully that helps you. If that's all the questions, I'm going to end it because my little one's going crazy and I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day, guys. I mean, I'm still dealing with that gallbladder stuff. But hopefully today's training was good. Next week, I have no idea what we're going to do yet. I'm going to put another poll in their group because kind of all decided to like vote on everything. And I was hoping you guys would vote on one. But last week, I think it was between, another one was branding and, yeah, you can message me later. I think branding and what was the other one? Recruiting was the two. So we might do that next week, but I'll hold a poll in the group and see what you guys want to do. But I'm going to sign off because it's late and we're kind of doing Sean's birthday celebration tonight. So he's just over there playing video games. But I hope that you guys have a good night and I will message you later, Brittany. But bye, Enchanted Snappers!